Welcome to episode number 118 of the Eavesdrop podcast, the award-winning Eavesdrop podcast. This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN and Upstart, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on. We are with the 20-year-old Halo World Champion 2018, Call of Duty World Champion 2020, the young man, the young phenom, the future of anything and everything that has to do with Call of Duty or whatever sport you want to choose, Mr. SHOTZZY. What's your full name, young man?
Anthony Cuevas Castro. I actually have two last names, Cuevas and Castro.
We all do. I'm Hector Raúl Rodríguez Hernández. You knew that's a thing, right? Like in
really?
in the Latino culture, you use both last names. I'm going to tell you why. There are so many Hector Raúl Rodríguez's that you have to add the second last name to even narrow it down even more. And this was like back in the 80s when I lived in Mexico.
Wait, so how come every other single brother is only like Castro?
What do you mean?
Like my other brother, Gabriel Castro, Xavier Castro.
So Cuevas is whose last name?
My mom's.
Why? do you have a stepdad?
Well, no. What happened was I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure what happened was they had me before they got married. So then it was like,
ooh.
Yeah, let's just throw it out there.
Castro's a dope ass last name. Shout out my boy Castro. Both Castros. There's two Edwin Castros. Are they two Edwin Castros? No, right?
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Castro 2021.
Oh yeah.
The phenom.
Yeah, no,
brother
of course.
right
The
there.
Yeah.
The FIFA phenom dude.
Yeah, no,
God, he's long overdue for a follow up, Matt. All right, Anthony Cuevas, and let's get you're from the second that you stepped into Call of Duty, I called that you were going to be one of the best, and look, I just knew. Okay, but I never said that publicly because you were on an opposing team, and what am I going to do? Hype you up? No, I'm not going to hate on you either.
I mean, I could tell, like, at Adventure, like. You know, it was one of those like,
like,
I knew.
That's the man right there.
Yeah,
the future. I wanna get started. Like, I wanna ask you as many questions as I have because I want everybody that watches this to get to know you.
Yeah, of course.
It seems to me as though the Green Wall has not only welcomed you with open arms, but you've sort of become one of their favorites. In a matter of one match of you playing with us, obviously going up against you, the hype that you have around you, and it's not hype, right? Like the hype is real around you because you are that talented player.
Yeah.
Who are you today?
I'm Anthony, and I get on Call of Duty every single day, trying to get better. Simple as that.
That's all. You're a Call of Duty player, a professional Call of Duty player, 20 years old. Where were you born? What nationality are you? Like, where we come
from?
The
nationality, that I still have no idea what that is because of the fact that, like, I'm white, I'm Salvadorian, I'm Mexican. Like, what is that? Hispanic? I just say I'm Hispanic, but like, I don't know.
Well, what race was your dad?
Salvadorian.
Your mom is
American.
Is she white?
But she's like, her family is like.
Is she Caucasian?
So her dad is from Mexico.
Her dad's from Mexico.
And then her mom is from, I'm pretty sure, the USA.
So your grandma, does she have blonde hair or is she fair skin? She does.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are you're Mexican.
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
Raza.
Wait, I'm actually Mexican?
Yeah. I mean, of course you have Mexican.
I have to be Mexican. There's no way, like.
Yeah.
I have Mexican blood in me, like.
Yeah. And your dad, you said, from Salvador.
Yeah.
El Salvador. Yeah. Okay. Well, where were you born? Like, give me some.
So I was born
info.
in Modesto, California. I grew up in the trenches. Actually, what's weird is that I grew up in a really, really good neighborhood. I had a 2-story, I had a pool, I had a hot tub. You know what I'm saying?
So what the fuck you talking about the trenches?
Well, no, let me get to that. And then I think the stock or like the
stock market.
Yeah, either the stock market
the housing.
Or the housing. I'm pretty sure my mom was in real estate.
Yeah.
And then that crashed in 2008 or something like that. And then everything went downhill.
6.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they got divorced, and then my mom raised all of us up, and
when you say all of us, what are we talking about?
5 brothers, or 3 at the time. Steven, which is my older brother, he's like 25, I think. He has his own gym, so shout out to Steven.
Yeah, shout out Steven.
Gabriel, he's damn dude. They're 2 years apart from me, so 18. He's probably just got out of high school, has a girlfriend, all that good stuff. Xavier has a girlfriend as well. He's 16. Want to be a COD player and all that good stuff. So
are they all here?
No, they're all in California.
Okay, so because you're out here by yourself right now.
Yeah.
You moved out here.
Yeah.
Where do you live? I mean, don't tell me that actually, because we don't want people to be
I live
visiting
in
you.
Dallas, Texas, basically.
In Dallas, yeah. Okay, so you have 4 brothers, any sisters?
No
sisters. So all brothers.
Well, now I have 5 brothers, but I'm saying back then I had 3.
Okay, why do you have 5 now? Because of your mom remarried?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have stepbrothers.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Cool.
Kai and Christopher.
Shout out to Kai and Christopher.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big family.
It is a big family.
That's awesome, man. I have 3 brothers and sisters. I have 1 brother and 2 sisters. So I too come from a family of siblings. All right, so you grew up in Modesto, California. You grew up in a nice house, but the housing market crashed.
Yeah, and then so that's kind of when I found gaming, because like I don't know, we didn't really have any cool stuff or anything like that. So then like I was like, hey, I want to go to grandma's house because grandma, she was doing good. So I would go to my grandma's house, and then my uncle was actually a semi-pro in Halo 2.
What was his name?
MLG Saro V2. Yeah, I mean, you probably know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a semi-pro in Halo. And then I literally went over to his house one day, watched him play Halo, and I was just addicted. I'm not joking you. I would sit
How old were you?
Like 6, 7, 5, something like that.
Get the fuck out. So you, like at that young age, you were able to not only put your tiny little hands around the controller.
I was literally doing this.
Yeah.
And then like reaching.
Yeah. Small hands, yeah.
That's the only so like I played Claw. You know Claw, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so he played Claw, and I would like watch him play, like studying everything he did just because he was a semi-pro, and I looked up to him. So then that's how I like figured out Claw, even though I was like 5 or something like that. I remember like the bottom right, there's like a white circle, black circle, that like old controller.
Yeah.
And after he would get off, because he played like 10, 12 hours, I'd hop on, only play like an hour or 2 campaign, and then get off, and then rinse.
Campaign. So you weren't even playing multiplayer.
Yeah, he didn't let me play on his account, so I'd play campaign.
Yeah, I bet you he'd let you play now.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
So you're playing campaign, and where did the affinity come from? Like obviously kids are gonna like video games because what is there not to like, right? Like it's bright, it's vibrant, it's a metaverse of sorts, and you're sort of you sort of can become this master chief of sorts, and you become this person because you're controlling it. All the decisions that are made are your decisions. You're just controlling this dude.
Yeah.
But at the age of 5 or 6, I don't think that you can truly comprehend like the path that you were about to go down. No way in heck. So tell me how what was it like going to school? Let's start there. Like what was high school like?
High school?
And then tell me the years that you were in high school so people can get a sense. Like was it 3 years ago, right? Like
no, it was not even that long ago, honestly. It was dude, I'm really bad with years.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, dude, I'm not even lying. I hated high school.
Yeah.
So high school, freshman, I got into freshman year.
Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna interrupt you.
Yeah.
Did you, when you say you didn't like high school, are you saying that you didn't like the work and class in high school, or you just didn't like the atmosphere?
No. Put it like this. I didn't like it because I wanted to pursue my career, which is gaming.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have that, I wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like I had, what's that? I had a
tunnel vision.
Yeah. Well, no, I had like a
focus.
I had like a
rabbit
dream.
ears, motherfucker.
I had like a dream.
Okay.
And like
a vision.
I had a vision, and I was like,
yeah.
all right, I gotta be pro. So then, I mean, so then I was of age of 16 when I entered like freshman.
Yeah,
wait, whenever.
No, 16. You are a junior.
A junior. All right.
Yeah.
So like,
when did you graduate? How old were you?
I was 18.
Okay, so 17. I graduated when I was in 1997. When I was 17 years old.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're here to talk about me. He says. Okay.
All right. Anyways,
so you played Halo through high school?
Yeah. So I played Halo through high school. The thing is, they had an age limit, so like I couldn't compete until I was 16.
Yeah.
So then I had to wait, and then in the meantime, like growing up, I always did soccer. That was like my thing, just like pastime. So I did soccer and gaming. I did mostly soccer because I was like really competitive. Until like I was like, whoa, like, I'm actually really good at this Halo thing, so let me give it a shot. That's when I knew. I was around like 13 years old. That's when I knew I was like actually pretty good.
And how did you compare? Like, what made you say, it's like, yo, I'm kind of better than everybody else? Like, were you playing like
so when
customs?
Halo 2 anniversary, I mean, it was really dead back then.
Yeah.
But there was a website called PGL, and that's like basically game battles in Halo.
Pro Gaming League.
Yeah, and then me and my friend Falcon, which is on FaZe right now, they just got announced yesterday. We went 200-0. We played like Ninja, Spartan. We played on all types of really good guys, and
just
then
13-year-old kids beating the
13-year-old,
shit.
yes, and we're 200-0, and that's when I got known. And finally, Ninja beat us on the stream. And he's like, oh my god, like we finally beat him.
Yeah.
And I was pissed, and I was like, And then once I was of age, I finally was able to compete, and then that's when I was in high school. And then yeah.
Did people like all your friends in high school knew that you were like this like
No,
super
I
gamer?
hate it.
Why? Just
I don't know. It was one of those things where like I didn't really like talking about it, just because back then it was kind of like no one really knew it was even a thing.
You're saying
kinda.
Back then as if it was like a decade ago, right? Like it was literally
Well, I'm
3
saying,
years
like,
ago.
I don't
By
know.
then, like Optic had already been in the lives of everyone, right? Like,
Well, I'm
like
saying,
phases
like,
and all that was already
At least in
existed.
high school, that my high school atmosphere, it was like all sports and all this other partying and all that stuff. And gaming was like down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, until you show them a fucking paycheck. You
Yeah,
know
no,
what I mean?
and then the only reason I actually got noticed was when my 3D graphics and animation teacher randomly in class, I'm sitting there doing my little 3D art stuff. He said, guys, I need to make an announcement. Hits his paper. There's like a newspaper.
Yeah.
He gets out. And he literally reads that I won the Halo 5 World Championship and something like that.
Yeah.
And then everyone started just gassing me and asking me
Yeah.
questions.
Wait, so you won a championship while you were in high school?
Yes. That was my junior. I think it was my junior year.
Did that spread like wildfire? Because I remember asking Attach the same thing, and Attach said,
Yeah,
like,
no, everyone knew at that point.
Yeah.
Literally everyone knew. Oh, this, yeah.
yeah, that's that man right there.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Did that increase your popularity? Did you get?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
did
basically.
anybody like come at you the wrong way,
Everyone treated me like differently.
like royalty and shit
Yeah,
almost?
like, oh shit! Like,
Yeah.
yo, it's that guy.
Yeah. How much did you win?
125,000. I'm pretty sure.
You personally, 125 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, so for sure they were like, yo, let's be friends with this.
Yeah. Bro,
Uh,
it's crazy because back then I was dressing like I was a hype beast. I had my Yeezys, my MCM backpack, my all that good stuff, and now I don't even care.
you don't care no more. Once that's usually it happens. I mean, if you look at billionaires, they purposely buy like the cheapest car available so that people know that they don't care about money. Oh, like, it's easy to not care about money when you have all the money in the world,
Yeah.
right? Like it's what it is, but it's also a good thing, right? Like at your age, being disciplined and not spending the amount of money that you're making, and you're planning for your future, like that is the right approach.
Yeah.
Right. It's not until you get to a certain level that you're able to have your money make your dispensable money to get out there. So props to you on that.
Thank you.
When you told your mom, or like, how was that family relationship when like the whole thing happened? Obviously, they see you playing, they see you spending a lot of time on these games. At what point did she, or in the beginning, did she say anything? And then at what point was she like, damn?
My mom is probably the coolest mom you'll ever meet, and I say that because of the fact that like she was really laid back growing us up. Like she obviously yelled at us and stuff like that when we needed to get spanked, or actually when she never spanked us, but
She never hit you?
no, never.
My mom and dad both beat me up at the same time once. I was
insane.
I was in third grade. I had come home.
They're
We're not gonna talk about me, okay? But let's just say that the nuns at Tercer Centenario in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, they beat the shit out of bro. These nuns would grab you from the side because I had longer hair.
Yeah.
They would grab you from right here. Matt, grab your hair right here and pull a little bit.
Wait, now that
now,
hurts. I
now
already know what that
imagine
is.
grabbing like a full thing and then just being whipped like this, bro. Like, and then you know what they would do? Second grade, I like laughing, right? And when you're not supposed to laugh, the laugh gets louder and more intense.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to this dude because they were spitballing, right? And there was this one kid that had like ears like this and had some big ass eyes. One of my friends like shot a ball at him and it hit on his ear, and I'm like, but then he followed it up and it hit him in the eye, and when he blinked, like his big eyelid like swallowed it, and I started dying, but the guy that shot it was like went like this, and when he said, "Oh, bro, boogers came out."
Oh my
And I just lost it. I'm like, bah! I started crying. I was crying. The fucking nun comes up, grabs both of us from here, take us to the front of the classroom. We're sitting there like this, right? We have our hands out like this, and then they put a wooden meter rule on our hands while we're kneeling, and she's going around saying, Jesus Christ doesn't want you to be doing this. They want you to be taught well.
Yeah.
So she like slaps this dude with her own in the back of like on his ass, and then she hits me too. And I knew then that I could not be a Catholic all my life. I'm like, I'm not. Child abuse is child abuse.
What did I just hear?
But then this is like 1980, 85. Okay. This is not okay. What do you mean? Oh, like it's never been okay.
Because like back then I've heard crazy stories saying like, that's how it was back then.
So then I get home and then I get my ass beat again because I misbehaved. But like, think about the series of events that had to happen. If TikTok existed back then and that happened to be captured, it would be the most viral shit.
Oh, 100%. That sounds hilarious.
Because not only do you get the first hit on the ear, and that's funny because he's got big ears, but then he swallows a spitball with his eyelid, and then the dude throws the boogers.
Dude,
bro,
I
it's
can't
like
even
the
imagine,
trifecta.
like, Jesus.
Bro,
dude.
I died laughing, and I got my ass beat. All right, so your mom never disciplined you.
Yeah, no, she was really cool about everything, honestly. And growing up, like she said, she was really laid back and stuff like that. But then when it came down to gaming, she didn't understand it. But like, I felt like back then she realized that was kind of my outlet, just because like back then I was really like quiet and stuff like that. And she knew that, gaming was just like, like I said, my outlet.
Yeah.
And then from there on out, she just let me be. So like, all right, just, make sure you do your homework, all this other good stuff. And
it's a fucking blonde maniac now.
Well,
he fucking had to dye his hair for fucking Halo.
Fucking minute. All right, anyways. Where was that?
Yeah, your mom was cool. She said it was all right for you to play because
she
kept you off the streets.
Yeah, kept me off the streets. I had friends, throughout gaming and stuff like that. And then fast forward, I guess when I started making money, I showed her, and she was like, "Oh, really cool. Like, make sure you save this. Like, this isn't like I've never seen anything like this before. Make sure you save this. This, you never know, this could end, the next day and stuff like that." So I listened to her input and stuff like that, and then it finally got to a point where I had a steady income, and that was when I was like, "Yo, kind of want to get out of high school." You know what I'm saying? And then
she didn't let you.
She was like, maybe. And then I don't know. My mom's just like, if I ever tell her anything, she'll probably do it if I really want. And then it got to a point where like, all right, I actually want to quit high school. So then we go to a thing.
What do you mean?
I don't even know. There was a building to like get our packets to do like online schooling.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I could actually pursue this.
Yeah.
But then I was there, and then I was like, you know what, Ma? Like, let me actually not do this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. Let me actually listen to your advice and do school and do gaming.
Yeah.
Just because I'm gonna trust you. And then that's when I did. And then I graduated high school. And then I got. Halo 5 ended in 2018. I'm not sure if you remember. They said, "Hey, we're gonna stop hosting Halo events." And then from there on, I was like, I was like, "Yeah, shit." I was like, "Yeah, what's happening now?" And then that's when I played Black Ops 4 in 2018. That's when that came out, and then that's how I met Ender.
Yeah. So your transfer from Halo to Call of Duty came because the game completely ceased to
literally there was nothing.
Yeah. And by then, had you already won your championship?
Yeah, I won championship, and then I'm pretty sure I won 4 events. I could be wrong on that.
Okay, so the championship that you're talking about, where you won 125, that's the world championship.
That's world championship.
Okay, so you won the world championship while you were in high school.
Yeah,
that's like Attach had the same story.
Oh yeah, in AW.
Yeah. That's super cool. I always thought, obviously, like when I started doing this gaming thing, I was like 29. But I always used to look at like Temper and all of my boys from FaZe way back when, and I'm like, it's got to be like the coolest shit to be that popular, not just in your school, but like globally, right? Like, you have a brand behind you, and you're like living this fucking rock star lifestyle.
Yeah.
Were you doing YouTube like from the beginning? Like what?
YouTube, I've never been to YouTube just because I never knew how to.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to start streaming until Halo 5, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when I started streaming on the Xbox, because I didn't really have any I didn't have a PC or anything like that. And I started streaming on my Xbox, and I'd get like 100 viewers playing just, regular arena. And then I got to a point, like I said, when I had steady income to finally get a PC. And then from there on out, I discovered how to stream finally with an Elgato capture card and all that good stuff.
Shout out Elgato.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, as you were going through all this stuff, did you have to travel like to any events? Because you were super young, so you had to have either your mom let you go with somebody, or did she accompany you?
So my first event was with my older brother Steven, and he grew up playing with me, trying to become pro and stuff like that. So he ended up taking me with his own money. I'm pretty sure him and my mom split or something like that. We went to St. Louis. Oh.
Yeah.
No,
You haven't paid him
I
back?
mean, I don't know.
Dude,
I
when
mean,
people
I paid
invest
him.
in you, you
No,
have to.
I paid him back, but
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, no, I paid him back. I
Yeah,
gave him
yeah.
stuff and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah, I bet I was gonna make you correct that shit ASAP.
Yeah.
Scump, holy fuck! It's like pulling teeth with this guy. All right, go.
Yeah, so we went to St. Louis, and it was really, really like snowy and stuff like that. It was actually really cool. Wait, nah. Our first event, we went into a hotel room. Everyone on our team had to split up, the cost and all that good stuff. I almost slept in the closet. We had our coach on the floor, and we had, I think, 2 guys on each bed. So it was, I kind of experienced that, like, back in the day type of event. You know what I'm talking about?
Were you
where,
guys head to toe, or you guys side by side with a
Side
pillow
by
in the
side.
middle?
No pillow in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people were trying to spoon each other and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
I would have totally like put pillows somewhere, like just in the middle.
I'm pretty sure I was in the closet, so
Yeah.
I was vibing.
Yeah,
Like, I know.
headphones in, just fucking sleeping.
Yeah, I was literally vibing. And like back then, because growing up, I literally would sleep on the floor with my brothers just casually.
Yeah.
It was like a normal thing. We were like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, this, the floor is actually comfortable than the mattress.
Yeah.
That's how we were back then.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was used to it.
I'm very familiar with that. When Stro and I used to travel to like E3s and stuff together back in the Eon days, like I would always take the floor because my back has always been like wonky. My lower back has always been a little bit wonky, so I've been like that. But luckily we were both able to make enough through our businesses to where we could afford our own beds eventually. Okay, so Halo announces that you're no longer going to be able to compete in there. You find Black Ops 4. Where does this decision come from to sort of make that switch? The confidence, right, to make that switch.
Yeah.
Have you played Call of Duty up until this point? Have you ever heard of Optic up until this point?
Oh no, of course. Like growing up, so I can't remember exactly, but growing up, I've started watching COD. I remember from AEW.
Mhm.
Wait, so was Ghost before AEW or after?
Before.
Okay, so then no, I've been watching since Ghost.
Okay.
So I've been watching since Ghost, and I didn't hear of Optic until AEW.
Okay.
And that's when the whole dynasty, and they're all winning like almost every single championship.
Yeah.
And stuff
I mean,
like
we're
that.
still the most popular team since COD 2, but who's counting? But you know what I mean. But Ghosts, like definitely, like we had Nate Shot at the time, Scump at the time on the same team.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure I wasn't like that into
Into
COD,
the
just because
entertainment side of it.
Yeah, exactly. So then I watched AW, and this jetpack game looks insane.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, I watched the Optic. People just absolutely just dominate every single team. So then I was like, holy, yo, I need to get an Optic.
Yeah.
And then like, well, I want to be, like one of these players like these days. And then from there on out, I literally just loved COD. I love watching it. I never competed in it just because I've always loved Halo growing up. I literally played Halo 1, Halo 2, like all that stuff. So I've always wanted to be a COD pro, but I never had the balls to switch. And then honestly, the Halo 5 thing just kind of, it was just like
Pushed you over the edge.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, this might be my opportunity.
And then how did you, like, who do you contact? Like, what was your path to get on Call of Duty?
So I played wagers in IW, and I got somewhat known.
When you met Ely?
Yeah, well, I actually made Ender break his monitor when I played him for like $50. Literally, we played in a 2v2, and I always tell this story because I know it sticks him. And I was like, there was this character that was GA'd. Before I played, it wasn't
The
GA'd.
robot?
Yeah, I don't know.
Too
It was
skinny?
either the robot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the robot. It was too skinny. The hitbox was not that big or whatever, right? So then I basically shit on him, honestly. And then he literally broke his monitor, left the game, sent me a DM of the picture of his monitor, can't play, and then sent me a picture. And then we had to cancel the match right there and then. That was the only time I talked to Ender until Black Ops 4. So it was IW to Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
And so who I was playing with, that's how I got back into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Onyx. So me and him played as a duo. We played tournaments. We played against Ender and Celium for like $500, crazy amounts on stream. And then that's how I got known.
All right. And what like obviously you get known. What is your path to pro at that point? Like you got known, like who picks you up, who made you an offer, like who was looking at you like early on?
Yeah, so me and Ender knew we were should we?
Yeah.
Oh, keep talking?
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck these dudes.
All right, so anyway, so me and Ender we like played against each other and we just knew we were really good. Like Ender was like my villain. Or like, is that the right word?
Your nemesis.
Yeah, my nemesis, or my rival.
Yeah.
And like I hated playing against him because he was good.
And he
hated playing against you. against me. So then once Celium was of age to get on phase, he had no duo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, like let's team up. And then from there on out, we literally played tournaments together ever since I hit him up.
Yeah.
Played Chows, and then fast forward to MW, I was still on. Keep in mind, I was still on Splice because after the end of H5, they kept me. They kept everyone on my team. They tried. I don't know if you remember, but they tried Splice Halo/COD team.
Yeah.
They had like that Halo team. I was able to compete because I was underage. So then they dropped them because that didn't work out. But they still had me.
Yeah.
I'm still like 17. They still had me. Fast forward to MW, the whole roster.
Well, first shout out Marty.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, because if they kept you on salary, like this is something that I give Stro props for, because he kept this Halo team on salary the whole time, whether they were competing or not. Yeah. And that is something that a lot of organizations don't like. I don't know if I would have been able to do something like that, right? Like when it comes down to what's best for Optic, I always make the right decision. And if there wasn't a competition, like I wouldn't have been able to do what Stro did. So. Shout out to Marty, Laser Chickens,
aka Laser Chickens.
Yeah, Laser Chickens,
my boy.
Yeah, so shout out to him. So all right, so you're on Splice. What's happening at this point?
So I'm on Splice. I'm thinking that I'm gonna be on Ultra or what were the Ultra? I'm pretty sure they had a name, Ultra Academy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna be on that, which is like basically the B team. And I was gonna play through challengers. And I mean, obviously, I was down to. Don't get me wrong. I was down to do that because I mean I had to find a way, like Drake and Josh. Anyways, so then fast forward, Kyler, we were friends with Kyler because we met through Halo and we played Chows with him and all that good stuff. He was like, "Yo, every single team I have right now, I'm confident in them, but like there's just something that I just want to team with you guys," which was in me and Ender.
You come across Kyler because you knew him in Halo. And then what happened?
He had a lot of team offers. The guy was a guy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so. He had so many TM offers, and then it got to a point where, like, he just wasn't into it, I guess, or whatever. So then he was like, yo, I really, really, really want to make this team. Me, you, Ender, and then, like, obviously at the time, like, he was like, yeah, we could just get whatever AR. And then, obviously, we got Crim Clay. But anyways, I was like, yo, I really, really want to do this.
So this was already for Envy. Like, this was already in preparation for the Empire.
Yeah, this is for Dallas Empire. And I was like, yo, I'm down. Like, I'm so down. So then he was like, but you got to do your part. And I was like, what's that? You're still on Splice. You got to, like, basically say you don't want to play for them and all that. I mean, how it is. So then I talked to Laser Chickens and all that stuff like that. And then that's when Stro and then Marty got involved. And then Stro kind of just, yo, here's the bag. Let me get him.
So Kyler is the one that
oh, yeah. Kyler literally... He sacrifices his salary. I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard that. Yeah. Sacrifice salary. The guy, I love you, Kyler.
Yeah, shout out Kyler, man. Good people. The thing that I want to talk to you about next is obviously like where do I want to go with this? You distracted me, Maddie. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. Let's say hello to the sponsors, and then I want to continue having the conversation about like your first year in Call of Duty, right? Because it's from the beginning. My man Frosty Bradley Bergstrom, he gassed you up to me like from the beginning. He's like, that is the best player you're ever gonna see play. No bullshit. I was like, and I'm like, if that's coming from this dude who is the best player, that I at the time I'm like, that's the best Halo player. Period. Like everybody's gassing him. You know what I mean? Every single time I talk to that dude to Frosty, I'm like, what's up, champ? I've never called him Frosty. It's always, what's up, champ? When I brought them out to the Call of Duty event in Anaheim to go see the COD team play, what's up, champ? I told everybody, all the security guys, somebody, this is fucking champ. You let him through, all right? Like, whatever he needs. All right, let's say hello to the sponsors really quickly. This sponsor happens to be a sponsor that's been with us from the beginning of the Eavesdrop podcast. It is ExpressVPN. What is ExpressVPN? Well, ExpressVPN is a simple application for your computer or your smartphone or pretty much any device in your network that encrypts all of your network data and tunnels it through a secure VPN server so that your ISP cannot be seen or any of your activity be seen by third parties. Look, hackers, all they need is to be on the same network as you are, okay? Right? That's the easy. Just think about how much of your life is on the internet. Sadly, the list of people you've messaged, sites that you've visited, and videos you've watched get tracked by the tech giants who then turn around and sell your information to all of the sales ads. Have you ever received a phone call from somebody you shouldn't have? This is what this protects you from. That's the reason that I recommend ExpressVPN as the best way to hide your online activity from your ISP. Your internet service provider, if you didn't know. You just download the application, tap one button on your device, and you are protected. We use it here at the HECZ Court, especially last year during COVID, where we were playing from here. We wanted to protect ourselves from getting booted. We wanted to protect ourselves from being doxxed. You know the deal. ExpressVPN does all of that without slowing down your connection. That is why it is the #1 rated VPN by Business Insider and The Verge. So stop handing over all your personal data to the ISPs and other tech giants who mine your activity and sell off your information. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me private online. Visit expressvpn.com/HECZ with a 3. That's H3CZ. That is expressvpn.com/H3CZ to get 3 months extra for free. Go to expressvpn.com/H3CC right now to learn more. The link will be in the description down below to make it super easy, but make sure that you follow this one so we can get credit for it, and ExpressVPN can continue to bless us with the sponsorship, right? Link in the description. Go check it out. Our second sponsor, again, one who is, coming back over and over again, and that means that you guys out there are taking advantage of the opportunities that we are presenting for you guys. Now, this happens to be Upstart. Right? Upstart is the ability for you to get ahead and to lower your monthly fixed rate. If you have a bunch of credit cards out there and you dread seeing your account, you dread seeing how much money you owe, and you have several of them, you have student loans, you have that, this can help you. How? Right? If you're carrying credit card balance month after month, it can feel like you are in a never-ending cycle of debt with no end in sight. Upstart can help you make that final payment so you can get ahead. If you dread looking at your credit card statements, as I just mentioned, you're not alone. This happens across the entire world. The weight of the debt can be crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom. How? Well, Upstart is a fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Rather than looking at credit score alone, Upstart considers other factors like your income, your current employment, and a credit history to find a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score line in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. What am I saying? Let's say you have a credit card that you owe $3,000 on, and then you have another credit card that you owe $1,500 on, and then you have a student loan that you pay $1,000 a month in. Well, if you get a loan for call it whatever, $50,000, then you can pay all of that off, and all you have to do is pay one single payment because you've already got rid of those credit cards. So take a look at it. Maybe it's something that you guys are interested in. You can even receive the funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can help lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/eavesdrop. That is upstart.com/eavesdrop, upstart.com/EAVESDROP. Don't forget to use the URL down in the description. That way they know that the Eavesdrop podcast is the one that sent you. One last time, upstart.com/eavesdrop. So I just mentioned, the link will be in the description down below. Please be sure to use that, and please be sure to use it. Get ahead, especially for the upcoming holidays. You want to get your start for the fresh new year in a fresh way. Upstart.com can help you get there. So check it out. It's down in the description down below. Let's get back to my man, SHOTZZY. All right, so Frosty, as I was saying, like gassed you out to me. So ever since he did that, I kept my eye out on you. And when you came into the league, you were met with a little bit of resistance, right? Majority of the time is going to be pro players who see their career almost like they see the not the silver line, but they see the end of the line.
Yeah.
As a fortunately, fortunately, obviously the league does benefit a lot of the normalcy that you see now, the standardization of what a Call of Duty player should be.
Yeah.
We've always needed that. We never had it. Now we do. The problem with that is that now we only have 12 teams, and because of that, it's sort of you chop all of it in half, right? So not only does the competition get better, which is good for everybody because the competition is going to be more exciting, but you also see this sort of turning of the tide and the passing of the torch of these professional players just straight up being like, something's happening. So they're going to try to save their spot as much as they can. Yeah. Did you meet that resistance? Like, how did it feel to be coming into a new space and people are like, ugh, the new kid in school?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's how Kyler, he was like, yeah, this is how people are. You know, I want to be a team, and a team is just like don't talk behind my back. If you want me to tell you something, tell me straight up, and we'll deal as a team. And then that's kind of what I stick by like to this day.
Yeah.
So shout out Kyler for that because he gave me tips. Getting into the scene.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. Like, people talk behind people's back and stuff like that. I mean, you know how it is. So.
I do.
Yeah. And then, wait, what was your question?
Yeah. That's, the resistance.
That's kind of my experience throughout just being a rookie. And then like, the cool kid in school. They're like, oh, look at this guy. And then I played eights and stuff like that. I got picked last in the beginning, and then I got picked first in the end.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had to grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Not too crazy, but yeah.
All right, so you go to what was your first event?
Minnesota. Yeah. We don't. That's not even an event. That's really not even an event.
Yeah, it's the event. It's the inaugural event. Right, like that's of the league. It's not just an inaugural event for them. It's like the league. Yeah. So you guys don't. We play against each other. Like, how did it feel to play? Was that the first time you played against Scump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I played against them like in Black Ops 4, but
Black Ops 4, but
on land, yeah. Of course.
On land,
yeah.
That was. How did that feel to go up against not only just Scump but the green wall behind them?
Oh, you guys broke me down.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. You want me to?
Yeah.
You really wanted me to
No, I
say
don't.
that.
Of course not. No. Listen, I'm king. Protect the brand. All right.
No, honestly, that entire series, like going into it, I was so confident. We were literally on the sideline. Oh, we're gonna shit on these guys. Like, I fucking hate these guys.
Yeah.
And then go over to the event, and it, like, honestly, it was a different feeling than Halo, because like Halo, you kind of, obviously it's somewhat big, but not really. Like, it's just its own small atmosphere. And then going into that atmosphere in Call of Duty, where like everyone is just like, let's go, like stuff like that. It was lit, and I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like Halo back in its heyday, when you were like,
of course,
it's so loud.
Crazy.
Yeah. Look, Halo inspired me a lot, right? Like, and I'm not talking about Halo specific. I'm talking about like what MLG did with Halo and the way that all of the players were sort of built around there. Optic started around the same time that the final bosses and the Carbons and the Triggers Down and the BTHs and all these like
cool orgs.
Yeah, super, and they weren't even orgs, right? They're just teams.
Oh, yeah.
Orgs didn't really become a thing until everybody started to sort of gatekeep people like Optic into their own stuff. Like even like Envy specifically and Hastro specifically was one of the like, maybe we shouldn't be fucking doing this. Yeah, let's try to keep professional. Let's keep the YouTubers at bay as much as we can. Yeah. To the point to where I think it was somebody from Activision put out a message on a Game Battles forum that said, hey, we need a representative from Call of Duty to talk. Who is it? So then they made a poll of who should be the representative for competitive Call of Duty, and we put Nerve up to this dude that used to be a part of the team. It was Nerve, Hastro, Moho, and then some other people, and then obviously the Green Wall was the Green Wall, so everybody nominated Nerve, but they still gave it to Hastro, which is the right move, right? Hastro is a fucking he's a definite godfather, made man in this industry, right? So we did go through that gatekeeping as well, and we went through that gatekeeping in just all of it, right? It wasn't until maybe 5 years ago where the PC organizations that had investment money and that they saw us as like just a team, not even an organization, just a team, right? Even though I mean the viewership and our social media following just fucking trumped every single one of them to this fucking day. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? They were a little gatekeepish around there. So I did what I did best, which is make sure that I enter into every scene with knowledge and respect and understanding of the history. Before I step into anything. So. You get to London right after this event, right? The London crowd, being the London crowd, is very, very boisterous. They are trained from a very young age to be excellent sports fans.
At a very young age.
Yeah, they are, bro. Like if
I love London.
Yeah,
seriously, like
same.
I mean, the food.
What food?
I don't. Yeah, what food?
Yeah,
right?
Where?
Yeah. Where's the food?
Where's the food?
Me and Nether lived on the McDonald's the entire weekend.
We did Shake Shack.
Oh yeah, it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
We didn't even realize that until like the last day or something like that.
What about the peri peri chicken at Nando's?
I tried it. I just
not your
whatever.
thing? Yeah, it's
yeah, I mean it's cool.
Yeah, we could get that at fucking right down the street. At
Exactly.
Snappy Salads and shit. No, I will. Now that I gave it a second chance, like I fucking fuck with it heavy. Yeah. Okay, so you go to London. They interview you. Obviously, at that point, have you had practice in front of the camera? Did anybody tell you?
I did, but like it was one of those things where
when you're in front of the crowd,
like No, no, no. What you're gonna go? No, it was just one of those things where like I'm so bad with like. Well, now I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But I used to be so bad at like trying to figure out what I was trying to say because on the spot my brain would go.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, all right, relax. Think about it and then just go with it.
You've definitely matured better on camera than that one time, and the amount of people that were like shit talking you then, and I made it a point to talk to the camera and to everybody and said that whatever you saw like on you, like it couldn't be the way that they were going to judge you for it, right? And I said, I don't remember exactly what I said, but something along the lines of like whether or not we like it, like this dude's going to be here, just period, right? His level of skill is just that. I always compared him like, look at what Formal was able to do, right? Like this dude is on the same thing. And if Snakebite moved over, and if Royal, if Lethal, if
I say that all the time, yeah.
Yeah, like if all these dudes moved over, and vice versa, right? If Scump, Formal, we're seeing him moving back to Halo, like they are gonna be competitors,
100%.
right? Like the hand-eye coordination doesn't go away. Look at SHOTZZY. I mean, look at Dashi on Valorant. Look at Dashi on Counter-Strike. Look at Scump on or Salamander Man on Counter-Strike, right? Like this is a natural God-given. Also, if you give Simple the opportunity to play Call of Duty, the same Shroud effect is going to happen where he's just a god.
Oh, and really,
you know what I mean? Like he's shout out fucking Simple. By
that
the
guy,
way,
dude,
Sasha.
I want to meet that guy.
Yeah,
oh,
you want to meet him?
Yeah,
same.
wanna get an
I met him. I met him a couple times.
He's cool.
Yeah, and then I think I was starstruck when I saw him, and I saw Freiberg, obviously for sure, and when I met Olaf Meister. I met Olaf Meister. We were walking at ESL 1 New York. And I just met Sasha, shook his hand. I'm like, yo, big fan, whatever. I was walking by Olaf Meister, and I was like, yo, big fan. He's like, I like your videos. And I was like, I think that's all I remember. And I remember like, I'm fucking 30-something years old, mind you, okay? Like I'm an old person. I have a kid, and I still felt that little like nervousness when he said, I like your videos. I was like, look. I was like, damn. I do remember in the same event walking into the at the time SK team, the Brazilian team.
Yeah.
I accidentally walked into the locker room and I was like, holy fuck. And I was like, what's up, y'all? And then I just fucking walked out. I wish I would have taken the time to like go up to him and introduce myself and like met them, but it was like one of those shock moments where you're just like, holy shit, Scumper Jumper in the building, looking fresher than fuck as ever.
Why are you looking so trolly?
What's up, dude? How's the shots? Okay, we're back to it. So I was starstruck. Yeah, this guy's fucking fiend. Is there any other esports athletes out there that you would wanna that you consider like a top one? Have you ever met Simple or any of those like the big super Counter-Strike guys? Olaf Meister? Yeah.
I'm into like players that just do crazy stuff like tens.
Tenses, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, him. That'd be like my next up, him and Simple. Just because, like, I mean, dude, you watch their gameplay, they're just insane.
Yeah.
The stuff they do is crazy.
They're anomalies. They're like you, right? They're like Scump. They're like these players that just have this extra one little chromosome that made them be who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Do you miss Halo? Do you miss, like, obviously you've been playing it a little bit, but from a competitive standpoint, is your itch now strictly with Call of Duty, or do you sometimes feel, because you obviously can compete, do you often feel like, man, maybe, I don't know, maybe I do miss that? Like if you...
I found a place in COD that I love. I mean, that's the thing, like switching over, I still loved Halo. Definitely 100% more. That would, because I grew up playing it. But now I got to a point where like I love COD. Simple as that. And if I had to switch, it would mainly just be because
you
COD, well, yeah, either that or COD just stopped hosting events, just like Halo. So
yeah, when you're good at two games the way that you are, do you have that? Like, obviously we discussed you coming to Raleigh and playing in the FFA. We discussed you playing for Sentinels. We discussed you playing for fucking SSG. Ace keeps hitting me up. He's like, yo, can SHOTZZY play? And I'm like, no, he can't. He's in the league. Well, what if he changes his name and he doesn't go as SHOTZZY and he goes?
You didn't trust me.
Huh?
When he kept hitting me up saying, "Yo, dude, like, please."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, I can't."
Yeah. Well, it's the way that happened. Obviously, like you hit me up. He's like, "Yo, can I play for Sentinels?" I'm like, "No." I mean, are you crazy? And you're like, "Yeah, I thought so." Just trust that I knew the answer. I just wanted to ask just in case. And then immediately after, like 2 hours later, Formal hits me up. He's like, "Yo, can I play for Sentinels?" I was like, "No, are you crazy? Like, no, of course not."
And then what happened?
And then he's like, "What the fuck? Why not?" I already told him, "Yeah." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Well, you should." I'm like, "You should." I'm like,
"Wait, what?"
Yeah. And I'm like, "What the fuck? You should." I'm like, "No, you can't." And he's like, "Dude, why not?" And I'm like, "You should have done what SHOTZZY did." He's like, "What's that? Ask me first." You know what I mean? Whether or not you could. He's like, "Dude, I'm already playing for SSG. Why wouldn't I go play with Sentinels to do that?" And I'm like, "All right, well, let's talk about it." So I was at my at my father-in-law's funeral, so I'm like, "Yo, hit up Stro, like he can guide you through this process." So it ended up where they worked it out.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't take it.
Yeah. How do you think that the Halo event's gonna shape up this weekend?
Dude, I don't know who's winning. It's literally one of those things where, like, usually, especially in Halo, because, like, I mean, the top four is the top four, but, like, now it's just Optic. Optic is definitely, like, top two.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. They've gone every single finals, and simple as that. And then the other team is just, like, they, at any given day, you just never know who's going to win.
If you were to put money on it?
If I were to put money on it, my safe bet would be Optic, 100%. Yeah.
Just because of the amount of experience
I mean, they've gotten
have.
finals. They're confident. Like when you go to finals, every single I mean, even if it's online, like the confidence is gonna strive through LAN, and especially like you beat a good team on LAN, you're winning the event. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I think the chemistry has a lot to do with it right
100%.
now. And I think that they have it in space. Obviously, like Trippy, super nasty, a fucking incredible player. Who do you think right now is the player?
Both of them, Trippy and Lucid. Those guys,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. If you were on that team, what would happen?
Yo, I don't know. I'll be water boy. Yo, you want water? Let me know.
As Lucid walks by very amicably, just upright and just focused.
He's literally never slouches. I don't know if you ever realized.
Nah.
Never slouches.
He's got a good posture.
The best.
Do you think your posture has a lot to do with
literally the
your
best.
in-game abilities? He said, nah. All right, so obviously you couldn't come because obviously you're a Call of Duty League professional. You have certain rules and regulations that you have to abide by. If we wanted to, I think that we could have made it happen, right? Ask for forgiveness, not for permission, is the way that I operate in every single aspect of my life. Yeah. Rules are there to be broken, etc., etc., etc. Push the fucking envelope. Follow no rules. Make your own path. That's
play by the rules.
Play by the what?
Play by the rules.
No, terrible advice," said Casey Neistat.
You don't play by the rules?
Nah, never have. Can't.
Really?
No, man. Innovation doesn't come from fucking rule followers.
You're saying, champs, you have the opportunity to break the rules. You're doing it?
As a player?
Yeah.
No. I mean, in competition.
It's different. Okay.
I'm talking about in life in general. Like in competition, obviously there's rules, and you want to be an honorable man and win honorably, right? Yeah. Like, but in business and in all this stuff, like, I mean, be innovative. Like you don't the people that follow the rules are. People that follow the rules aren't the ones that make the rules of the future, right? Like you gotta know your limits to break your limits. You gotta know the rules to break the rules. Period. As long as you're not harming anybody from a physical standpoint,
you're valid.
And the other thing is like I see business differently because I'm not a traditional businessman. I didn't go to college. I didn't do like one semester. I didn't go to college. Everything that I know and everything that I've accomplished has been truly just simply off of common sense and instinct.
Yeah.
Where others, follow certain rules and parameters. The other thing is like there's nothing that I won't do for Optic. So right there, I'm always going to win because there's nobody out there, I think, that is always going to put their life on the line, their family on the line for this. Yeah, dude. Like, I love Optic that much.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just it's my thing. So, obviously, going into the season, there's a lot of Call of Duty drama, and I don't want to go too deep into it because
you mean Halo drama?
No. Call of Duty.
You're talking.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is Halo drama, and that's gonna play out the way it plays out. I feel super bad for Royal. Obviously, like I know this dude. I know him. He was my player for close to 3 years. Like there's not a single ounce of scheme, scam, or otherwise in this dude. This dude's an honorable dude. Yeah. Well, the shit that happened to him, unfortunate. I believe that he did forget. I believe everything that he said on that paragraph. I believe 100%, and I'll vouch for him any day of the week. But rules are rules, and it is. And even if he would have shipped his computer or whatever, like at that point, it doesn't even make sense to do something like that. Do I think that he deserves to get a suspension? It's hard to tell.
I wouldn't. I would literally, if I was in their position, I'd literally just put them in open bracket or whatever, and just that's it, and let them go to the event.
I think something like that it makes sense. I think maybe swapping the seatings and putting them as last, like something like that, because they're gonna come up for air no matter what position that you put them in, right?
Yeah.
And I think that brands like theirs is needed in there, right? Like they're a solid team. They're legends in their own right, world champions back to back. I mean, you know what I mean? Like these guys aren't. These guys aren't. Yeah,
they're not like they didn't just come into the scene and start winning. Like they've been the best for like the last couple of years.
It's hard for me in my position to say that Halo was wrong, and it's hard for me in my position to say that they should follow the my logic, our logic that we just had there, because we're not the players. I'm not the player. Like I think that the players in that case should do the voting, and if it's honorable, and then they would have been playing at this event, and he wouldn't have been suspended.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, all right, cool. What he did online, whatever, fix the seating, like move them to last and up everybody else, like just replace it and let them gauntlet it out, because they are going to be able to do that. They have the skill to get out of there. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
No, they don't need to do what people are saying that they did in order to do that. And all this fucking, the 15, 16, 17 people that were out there saying that it was Optic's fault that happened. It's not. Like
no.
They should know better, and I don't even want to give it any more gas to that.
Pretty sure if any team was in that position, had high ping, they'd be complaining the same way.
Yeah. So whatever, it is what it is. I do think that it adds on to the drama of the event. I think it's gonna make it a little bit spicier, but such is competition, and you're gonna have these little situations like this. But I have to figure out a way to ask you questions where I don't get you fined in your views to Call of Duty, right? So like
you can ask me anything.
Yeah. So the thing is this, right? Like I've been in Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2, right? I say that Call of Duty is more mine than the people that are currently making the rules. Yeah. Right? Because this has been my life since 2005. Call of Duty and I have had a relationship since 2005. Since 2005, and since Optic became a thing, I have done nothing but to try to make Call of Duty be the best that it can do, to the point to where I've sacrificed going out strictly for talent and have focused mostly on viewership so we can grow that audience, because people, pros and fucking included, don't understand the fact that if the viewership isn't there, that they don't have a fucking job. Nobody's going to invest.
That's facts.
The $25 million that you have to invest and pay you what we have to pay you when you don't have an audience for me to sell one single fucking controller. Period. This is a business, and it has to live alongside this art form that is competitive Call of Duty. So from the beginning, I've tried to do everything the right way, all the way through. But to have this year after year sort of disappointment in the way that they launched this thing, and I've had the discussions privately with them and publicly with them, and it just doesn't seem like it's ever going to get to a place to where we'd at. Hopefully, right? Like everybody says, but and I understand, and I want to I always make it a point to clear the spot. Like the people that work on Call of Duty, not from a developer, I'm talking about the league, the back office, the Brandon Snows, the Johannas, like everybody that works on league ops, like they get it, right? But the amount of layers that you have to get through in order to make change happen is near impossible.
Really?
And as much as we try to be boisterous and that, like, people from that side are going to say, like, well, getting the fans mad at us doesn't help. Well, what does help? Because when we go through the proper channels to get some sort of help here, it doesn't matter. Very early on, like, we had this discussion when the league thing was about to happen.
Yeah.
I made it a point to tell them, I was like, yo, we built this, right? We built this for the last 10 years, and we had zero support. Zero support. Never had support. Until David Vonderhaar came in Black Ops 1, no support. And then we have to take years off and years off. So literal no support. The fact that we get out here, on the second season of competitive Call of Duty, and we don't have a fucking common sense third game mode that players can compete in. We don't have league play. I mean, look at the success that Halo has had just doing the right thing. And yeah, I get it. 343 is way bigger than Activision. Okay, so they have the fucking resources to do that. Like, you see how asinine that sounds? It just sounds goddamn ridiculous. It's just, and I get it. They're a publicly traded company. They have to do what's best for the investors. They're business first, entertainment channel second, competitive third. I get it, but give us fucking something. No league play again? The fucking 15. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3. That's like 15 games in. What game are we in? What do you know what this is? What number are we on? This has to be like Call of Duty 17. You know what I mean?
It's disappointing. Put it like that's the best word to just place it. Because switching over to COD, I'm over here thinking like, because I remember, I mean, you were there in MW. I forgot what it was exactly, the player reunion or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically stating like, they're out or like their map.
24. Call of Duty 24.
24 Call of Duties.
Yeah.
And there's no league play.
It can't be Call of Duty 24, bro. 14. No, since Call of Duty 2 is the way that I count them. No offense to anybody that played Big Red 1 or the first Call of Duty. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a good 14 years, man. I mean, what's the math
there? 15? There's not even been, I'd say 4 years, there's not even been, like, a good ranking system, right? Black Ops 4. What was after Black Ops 4? MW. Cold War. And now this game.
Yeah. Nothing.
So I guess 3 years maybe they add in.
Yeah. Well, what about all the other years? But we didn't even have spectator mode until David Ronhart came into the picture, and even then, the game after that, we didn't have that either. Like I find myself sort of loving this thing and will do anything for Call of Duty. It changed my life for the better. It changed my life just in such a way that I want to do everything that I can to help it continue to be here forever.
Yeah.
Like I want this thing to be forever. And it just seems like every single year is like excuse after excuse. And then now they're fucking up Warzone too, apparently. Like, I haven't had a chance to play Caldera, but like the fact that people like Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, fucking Nick Merckx, Tim the Time, like we can't lose these massive personalities that are enjoying your game just because the artists behind the game or the developers behind the game can flip something around. And to me, that's like the biggest tragedy ever, because for the longest time, we've wanted to be the game that those sort of personalities play. Like, look, we're doing good as Optic. We're doing fine as Optic. Face is doing fine as Face. It is what it is. But we need these Tims. We need these Nick Merckx. Like, we need these other casual players to do this thing. And it's just like, it seems to me as though like we don't even take a step forward. We're constantly just like taking a half step forward in progress, and then immediately after that, they just don't hit the mark. And here we are as a professional. Like,
crazy to hear, because the thing is, like, everyone thinks like the players is what will change everything, but like if you truly think about it, isn't it like every single person that bought in would make a change? Mm-hmm. But the fact that you're saying you've tried and all this stuff, like, I mean, you're basically answering everyone's questions.
It's not even that. It's just that I think that they're that big of a business too, where like the art part of it, the passion side of it, like it sort of falls off the side of the boat.
Like their priority is like
making money.
But the thing is, what you're giving them would make way more than what they're making right now.
In theory, yeah. But like, if you're making $1 billion a year, are you going to move those dials too much to fall away from it? My business head says, I get it. My heart and soul say, if we go with the cool, if we go with what's right, I think that in the end we are going to be able to monetize this even better than what we're monetizing right now with just casual players. The thing is that we all see something that is coming down the line, which is that this is going to be a sport that's televised nationally. I mean, obviously right now globally, right? But that is one of those staple sports in American sports. It's Call of Duty, man. Call of Duty is an American sport, a European sport, the way the Counter-Strike is. Like, it has that possibility. All of these kids that are growing up the way that you did are going to see these teams. They're going to be aspirational players. They're going to be able to say, like, yo, I'm better than these things. Like, what's next? What is my next step here?
Yeah.
And they're not going to have that opportunity because league play is not there. They're not going to have that opportunity because the resources aren't there. Like, it's just, it makes me wonder at times why we are sort of like put in charge of not only paying for the spot, but also promoting the game and also trying to fix the game. And as much as we get this like, hey, we're working on this. And I believe that the people that are giving me these notes that are saying that they're working on it. But there's like 900 lawyers out there that are protecting the bottom line. And that to me is like, again, my business head gets it. What wouldn't I do for $1 billion a year? You know what I mean? Fuck y'all. But at the same time, my heart and soul is like, yo, there's something here that's just so beautiful, man. Like, it's like we have it. We have
It's
the
literally
opportunity.
your like child.
Yeah,
Basically.
in a sense, yeah. My son was my adopted child, right? My
Your
child is adopted.
Yeah, your adopted child is right here. But
Yeah,
it's
man. It's like we need to water this plant. Like, we were one of the most popular esports ever with literal like, we made that happen. You know what I mean? Call of Duty didn't make that happen. We made that happen. Our community,
100%.
our user-generated content made that happen. We created the interest of people who were watching us casually play sniper battles to convert them into Call of Duty competitive, watchers. But little by little, you start getting these like, next year. Like we've been hearing next year since Call of Duty Black Ops.
Where's your 16 teams?
Look, I don't think that we're ready for 16 teams. I don't think we're ready for 16 teams. I don't think we're ready, man. Like, I don't think that the monetization ability is
first
there.
we need like what league play, third game mode, all this other good stuff before we even have 16 teams is what you're saying? Or you're saying like a foundation of like just everything special.
Look,
like,
I think everybody here is very, very happy with the position that we're in. We're very, very we're very, I don't want to say blessed because it sounds too religious, but I think we are very lucky and we are very blessed to be. Yeah, no, I mean that too. But like, we're happy that we're one of the 12 teams, right? We would like to have more teams, but it's just that there's this like slight disconnect even amongst teams, man. Like, I see a lot of teams not putting the resources behind that they do. And if I can do it by myself as a single fucking person and entity for a whole year, if I can do it, billionaires and sports teams that have these teams here can offer more resources to the people that they're working. I don't like to not see content coming from every single team. I don't like going to their YouTube channels and seeing that the last time that they fucking uploaded something was 5 months ago. You know what I mean? Those 10,000 people will turn into 20 eventually. Those 20,000 views will turn into 40,000 views. It just takes time. And it may seem like they're losing, like they're fighting a losing battle, but this is what I went through, right? Like, we worked for 10 years to get to where we're at today. It's not just something that happens overnight. I don't like the fact that, like, everybody sort of relies on what we're doing in order to have like a business that thrives. There's a lot of pressure on us. There's a lot of pressure on you guys. Like, I love that we create content. Like, that's something.
I love content.
Yeah, it allows us to connect with people. But that's just like, that's half of the thing. We're not 10 years down the line. We're not 20 years down the line where professional players like you don't need to appear on camera because the brand is that big that no matter what we put on there, it's entertaining enough. Like, I think that we have a responsibility as adults to make sure that 20-year-olds like you understand that your opportunity today is not going to be what the opportunity for a 20-year-old in 5 years is going to be. So for now, my focus is going to have to be what it has been for the last 10 years to make sure that you take advantage of the fact that you have an audience outside of competitive Call of Duty that just wants to watch you give tips, that wants to watch you play whatever games you're playing.
Yeah.
And that's the way that you monetize that, because you have to benefit from this. Clayster, Crim6, like, all of these people need to be rewarded for the hard work that they've put in.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So it's futuristic thinking to sort of hope that there's going to be a players union and a players retirement fund for people like apathy, you know what I mean, who's a father and has served time in Call of Duty and has sacrificed what he had to sacrifice to try to make a living, but to have nothing afterwards. Like, yeah, I mean, could these pros in general, could they have made more content there and not wait until they retire to create the content? Like, yeah, but that's happening to give you guys a view of what could happen if you don't take advantage of all of the opportunity that you have today, right? If you're not creating content on a daily basis while you're competing, right? There's no reason why the most successful Call of Duty player right here, right now, is the hardest working player in all of the league. If I'm the lowest denominator as a pro player, if I'm ranked, if I'm not in the top 25, I should be working harder than Scump. And the fact that nobody's working harder than Scump should tell you what sort of culture we're sort of cultivating as we're going through this thing.
Damn. Period.
Yeah. Any closing comments? I know we got more content to shoot, but anything you want to say?
Shout out Seth, my boy, Scupper Jumper, a.k.a. Salamander.
Salamander.
Shout out the Green Wall. You guys are crazy. And shout out my family.
All right. That's going to do it. That is pretty typical, Scump. Oh, solo shout out. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you guys want to find SHOTZZY, please be sure to follow him on all social media platforms. They're going to be listed in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode number 118. We'll see you guys next week with a new one. Goodbye.